Hello and welcome to this course on getting started with the basics of Python. Now, this is going to be one of those prerequisite courses where you want to learn the basics of a general purpose programming language like Python. And once you're done with it, you have the syntax and the concepts out of the way and you can focus on actual data science, right? So as a start, we are going to choose our environment, and in this case, it's going to be Google Colab. The link is going to be up on the screen. You just have to click on the link, access that through a Gmail account, and then click on New Notebook, and you'll be presented with a screen that is not very dissimilar to what I have in front of me right now. So once this is done, it might look slightly different because I have a pro subscription. You might not have, but again, for the purposes of this demo, it's all the same. So the first thing you want to do is connect your environment, and then it'll try allocating some hardware out of the box. And again, this is not something that is consuming resource from your computer. So even if you have a low-end machine, it doesn't matter. All you need is an internet connection and a browser, and you're good to go. So we're going to take a quick tour of the IPython notebook or the Jupyter notebook, or in this case, the Google Colab notebook in this video. After that, our journey to learning the basics of Python will consist of a Hello World program, learning through functions and lists and all of the data structures that are necessary to get you started again with the data science part of it. Yeah. So we'll start. Now, the first thing that you see here is a bunch of text. So this is not related to programming. This is just text that I have put so that you can understand what is going on. But all of the important stuff related to Python will happen in the cells. And this is the highlighted portion. So again, we'll forget about what the content of this cell is for now, and then just run it. Now, in order to run it, you can see that play button right there. You can press it through the mouse, or as you get more familiar with this tool, you probably want to use keyboard shortcuts. So I will be using Shift Enter to run this particular cell. Now, once I run this, there's a tick mark that comes, and you can see that the cell is run and the desired output is getting displayed right underneath. So the text that I wanted to print is exactly in front of me. So any piece of code that you write, any snippet of code that you write, you always want to kind of output some of it, or whatever it is, you want to write it in a cell and then execute it. That's how this thing is going to work. Yep. So you can either press Ctrl Enter or Shift Enter. You can experiment that on your own. Now, one of the most essential elements to making this happen properly is tab completion. So you can see that I've written a piece of code that looks incomplete and a bracket is open. That's just because I'm going to access the documentation of this particular function, read_CSV. Just simply hovering over the function, and you can see that this particular function has so many inputs, what the definition and the meaning of each of it is, and I can go through extensive documentation related to this function just by hovering over my mouse on top of this function. Yeah, so that's one way to go about. So now let's focusing on writing actual code. Now, writing code in the notebook is pretty normal. What you want to do is basically write any piece of code that you want to write, just like you would normally do in a text editor, and then just execute it by hitting Shift Enter. Again, the tick mark shows that the code has run properly. So if I run this function, I get all of the output that I had desired, right? So again, this thing auto saves, so you can say all changes are saved here, but you can also use the traditional Ctrl S to explicitly save it if you're really into that, right? So part and parcel of using Colab notebooks is not just using Python, but also some of the peripheral tools that come with it. So you can use something called magic functions, for example. So this is a piece of Python code that I can run, but let's say I want to know how much time this code or this piece of code is taking to run, right? So all I have to do is just put in a magic marker called %time, and I'm all set, right? So you can see It exactly tells me what is the CPU time, user time, system time, total time, the wall time, and all of the above, right? So let's do it again, and there you go, right? So percentage time is something that I use a lot in order to focus on performance of my code, just so I know what is going on, how much time is it taking to execute a particular code snippet, right? So again, quick ref is also something that I use all the time, and this brings up the help console in Python, so that again you're on top of what you're doing if you encounter an unknown piece of code. Yeah, so that's it from this video on the quick tour of IPython notebook. Next, we'll jump directly into writing our first Hello World program and digging our hands deep into the ditch of this wonderful programming language. Thank you for being with me.